were hacendados part of the encomienda system. Have you ever wondered how the systems of land and labor worked in colonial Latin America? Today, we will look at the relationship between hacendados and the encomienda system. To start, hacendados were not originally part of the encomienda system. However, their roles evolved from the colonial context in which the encomienda system existed. The encomienda system was established by the Spanish crown in the Americas. It granted Spanish colonists, known as encomenderos, the right to extract tribute and labor from indigenous communities. In return, these encomenderos were expected to provide protection and religious instruction to the indigenous people they oversaw. This system was semi-governmental, creating a paternalistic authority over indigenous populations. Indigenous communities remained within their traditional structures during this time. On the other hand, hacendados were landowners of large estates or plantations called haciendas. And like encomenderos, hacendados owned land and directly controlled agricultural production. Their labor force mainly consisted of indigenous people and mestizos, who often settled permanently on hacienda lands. These workers operated as agricultural laborers rather than tribute-paying community members. The hacienda system developed later and marked a shift toward a more capitalistic economy based on private property. This was different from the encomienda system, which relied on tribute. While encomenderos had a formal role granted by the crown, hacendados were private property owners without official jurisdiction over indigenous people. However, in practice, hacendados often exercised similar authority. They were recognized as local lords and sometimes held official positions like militia captains or local magistrates. Both groups viewed themselves as lords with retainers. The encomienda system depended on the survival of indigenous communities, while the hacienda system contributed to the breakdown of these social structures. In essence, hacendados were not part of the encomienda system itself. They belonged to a different system of landholding and labor control that emerged as the encomienda system declined. The hacienda system represented a private, land-based form of economic organization that replaced the earlier encomienda system's tribute arrangements. Both systems played a role in shaping colonial Latin American society, reinforcing social hierarchies and the dominance of a Spanish-descended elite over indigenous populations.